Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm a fourth year journalism student here at Grand Valley. I originally took this class to get in touch with my heritage and to learn a little bit more about Latin American culture through the lens of cinema. Media has always been something that's interested me, and I never really felt like I had enough information about my culture and my heritage, so I decided to take it upon myself to learn a little bit more by something that I enjoy. And I learned a lot, and this class has been so rewarding for many reasons. At first, I was a little thrown off when I first started to see Latin American films because of how violent they were at the initially, like movies like Los Olvidados, Black God, White Devil, and The Last Supper were very gritty, and they had a lot of violence in them, and it took me a while to understand, but really what brought it all together was Rocha's the aesthetic of the Hungry, where it was mentioning violence as something political, as a statement, about creating some kind of art that makes people feel things. And that piece of writing really reframed my mind to kind of understand all of the violence that I was going to be seeing, and kind of not seeing violence just to have it, but violence for a purpose. I felt like that was a very significant thing that was shown in Latin American cinema, and something that I took pride from about seeing that activism and putting it to the front of the face of the issue. But moving forward, the films as they progressed are a direct correlation with the evolution of the Latin American culture. As we got into the commercial films, which were some of my favorite, like Water for Chocolate, Hueros, and films like The Swamp, which were more modern, you get to see this reinvention of activism and messages, because there was less of a focus on being so detailed and specific about society, and there was a shift into individual stories and how those impacted cultures. But within these little individual stories, there was so much to say about what was happening. I definitely feel like one of the best films that I watched for sure was Hueros, just because being Mexican myself, I never known about the students banding together and fighting for free education that I didn't even know existed. So it's just great to see the fighting spirits that have gone on, and I feel like that's a word that defines Latin American cinema and Latin American people in general, just the fighting spirit, the drive to continue, and that's something that's reoccurring. I definitely feel like a more informed person after taking this class. It brought my attention to issues that I didn't even know were happening around the world. So it really just made me more aware, and I think I'm better for it.